Good evening, good evening. Welcome to our live Facebook, and we are with you this evening for the 23rd of July. As much as we will say, the disclaimer that we have here, so do take note. And tonight, as part of the awareness for our members as well as for those of you who like to trade along the lines of knowing which one is positive, which one is not. So we'll talk about this. No, let me put it here. The monthly seasonal patterns, trade patterns in Bursa Malaysia that you cannot ignore. So we'll do both. Of course, just alone on the Bursa Malaysia will be difficult. So we also look at the monthly seasonal for the US market. And of course, if you have any questions and stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil in there. But as usual, we don't get much stocks review in here, as many of our users have gotten used to the Pentagon guiding them. Now, of course, our Trade VSA is the first Malaysian digital investment advisor. We do hope that eventually will still stay on in here, and that way we are able to give the buy call. We are also a finalist for being the investment tech of the year. This is an Asian FinTech Award that will be running in sometime in August in Singapore. All right, so that is some great accolade that we have, and we're very proud of it. And also our winner from our recent campaign trading with SmartRobie using the green pentagon in here, and you can see our real winner, Mr. Yi Ting Kiong, making a 19% profit from Netgate. And I think many of those of you who have used it will probably see the same way too. Now, if you have not done so, do download the thing. But tonight we'll be talking about the seasonal, right? So in this case, as I said before, the year of snakes, since I mentioned this beginning of the year, we did already say a year of snakes. It's not so much of a good return, but for the US market, it's making good positive one in here. Malaysia definitely has really been out of the sync in here. So I'm going to show you where we are right now, looking at the Malaysian chart here. Okay, so I'm just going to put FKLCI, and you can see from here, we just turned green pentagon today, right? That's right. So finally turning green pentagon. Okay, make it a bit smaller here so you can see it. So that's definitely positive, and making it wider. All right. So what we have right now, you can see from the FBN KLCI, the market has up today 14.5 points. I think a lot of the construction stocks, but let's take a look at some of the finance stocks too, whether they have moved up or not. Let's look at Maybank. Yeah, Maybank has started to turn up, so that's definitely positive, which is one of the big cap stocks in here. So Maybank, then you want to look at also Tenaga, right? These are your big heavyweights. So you can see Tenaga is turning green pentagon after for some time in here. So which also means this market is likely to be popping up. And that we did mention before, if you've been following this for some time, July month is one of the very positive months. That's why we talk about those monthly seasonal. So by the time you come back and take a look at this, you probably figure out that these are some of the. Now let's also look at FBM 70. These are the 70 stocks that is but the reason is there's no volume here, so you won't able to see the green pentagon, but the trend is definitely heading upwards. We do hope that at least for the second half of the year, the market will make up. So let's go back to FKLI, where we have the futures chart. So you can see from here, market is really in what we call, let me just bring the chart back here. So from here onwards, you can see market really range bound between 50 to 1500. So the 50-point move. So it's going to gravitate back to here, you will see. So from here onwards with the green pentagon, we are likely to see this market going up unless you have a 2-bar reversal. So normally a 2-bar reversal, which is a strong reversal here that you see. Let me just zoom it up here a bit. You can see from here, right? So this 2-bar reversal roll back down in here, and then you got another 2-bar reversal. That was the end point. So the market did slam back up in here. But take note, the 1550 will be the resistance level here. Now let's take a look also on the Nasdaq. Right now you can see Nasdaq, so we'll put Nasdaq with NQ, right? So Nasdaq is still in a very nice uptrend, but do take note, Nvidia has turned red pentagon. So Nvidia is one of the barometer for the tech stocks, and let me show you what I mean. NVDA. So that simply means just for that one. Okay, this market is Nasdaq has sort of likely to move side. So the big heavyweight in this case, Nvidia has turned red pentagon. So if you've been running the stock for some time, I think it's also good to take a little bit of profit. No doubt, you can see in here, we'll check out some of the other individual stocks later on when we got onto it. So Nasdaq seems to be in a nice uptrend, green pentagon at 22,000 now up to here. Let's take a look how much did he go up from green pentagon to here, which is about a 3%, not too bad. The last round where it did turn green pentagon was around the 19,000. Right, you can see from here to the high, which was a 9% move. So this time, this up move is only 2% in here. And how do I explain it? We just have to be careful. So if we do see a red pentagon when the Nasdaq turn back up, so maybe it's time to it. But for the most part, as expected, the July and the August tend to be very positive from here onwards. Okay, I just do hope you can watch this. And also we want to check out the WIX, which is the fear index, measuring the volatility of the market. So I always take a CBOE, so which is good. You can see from here, the volatility remain to be very stable. That would only means the US market will continue to fall. Now the lowest we ever been was around this part here, 15. And then we went down to almost, this one here is about 14. I've seen 12 too. So volatility is very low. That actually points out to more upward move positive. So keep that in mind, more upward positive. Now where did we go from here? Now this is the monthly seasonal, which I'll show you. I think many of you have seen this before. So I just want to bring up the monthly seasonal, which is from our Trade VSA chart. You can log in. Yeah, actually I'm already logged in here. You can go back to the menu and you go to the screener here. Okay, monthly seasonal. So let's take a look at this chart. And you can see, let me just put in KLCI, bring that back. And you can see, right, for the month of June, 1.63, but we are seeing the changes right just now, right? The FKLI started to turn green pentagon, and if you look back, July should be a positive. So I'm pretty sure the remaining week, now is 23rd, 25th, or the 1.5 week, this market will start to pick up, and you got it here from our thing. So that will tell you, so two things, we have the two things, we have the July month, which usually is the positive month in here, and also we have the FKLI, okay, which is the KLCI futures turning green pentagon, so that likely to see this market moving up from here onwards. Okay, so that's pretty well. Now the foreign funds, let's take a look at the foreign fund. We have foreign fund leaving, and let me just get back to here. So if you look from this chart here, let me just bring it up for you. And we did have one positive buying, so that's a great thing. So then we have a net sell-off. So tonight or this evening when the market closed up 10 points, right? The KLCI, definitely this will point to tomorrow a positive, okay? Usually that's why you see this one here. So we'll see another uptick move. So it means foreign fund is coming back right now. And this is definitely worth considering in here. And if you're going to get more foreign funds coming in, then the market. So this does look like the KLCI is funny. Now, what is monthly seasonal? This is something I want to get onto it. So monthly seasonal is many of you, I know Malaysia don't have spring winter, autumn, and summer. Okay, this is more of northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere kind of weather. In Malaysia, it's either rainy day or non-rainy day. Okay, but of course in December usually a bit cooler lah. Huh? We are slightly above the equator. So if you look at the seasonal, you can see December, January, February are the cold month. Then March, April, spring lah, spring datang. May, hujan. Then June, July, August are the summer lah. Then September, October, November is the autumn. Okay. So what we're trying to do is try to build a same kind of environment that you all will kind of understand, right? So we know, December time usually is cold. Then what is the KLCI is, and that's the whole point of this exercise. Why I continue to share with you this. So if you look back on some of the literature on the internet, you can get best month for stock market gain. Now if you look at this, these are probability. Okay, so you can see June probability is only 36%. For the month of July is 61. Okay, 61. And April is certainly. This is for the US market. Now let's bring back the chart that we were talking just now. Okay, the US chart. I haven't got down to the US chart yet, so I've just started with the US chart, and I was just going to show you next the US chart. What kind of return is. Let me just fast forward. So if you look back here, this is something that I've showed you time and time again, is the S&P market cycle the last 10 years. So you can see June here, okay, June, July, let me just bring out the pen here. So you can see July to August, okay, these are the month that is kind of very, very positive. So I'll just go back here, right, July and August, okay. July and August and even September are positive month. October, but remember these dates are from 1987 to 2018. Now that has changed a lot. Now you will notice, where, let's get back to this chart. You will see for the month of August to September, August to September, right? August to September, the month is 50-50, and October is a month. That is depending. So this date here is invalid. So that's one of the reasons why I want to update for those of you who's listening, going back to the last 5 years, 2020 to 2025. So if you look back, this is something that I've done, of course, with ChatGPT in here and some of the processing power here. So if you look back, we have the S&P 500, right? We have the Nasdaq and we have the Dow Jones. Of course, it's good that you screenshot this and you can always check out the monthly seasonal. So if you look back, this is July, it's a positive month, and a positive month, all right, which is correct, right? We have some of the positive month. You can see August is also another positive month going forward. Sorry about that, right? And Dow Jones is positive, but come September, all right? So that's why when we see this chart here, this September month is going to drop. Okay, October slightly up, 1.4. Then we have this year to year for the last 10 years. If you pile in all together the July month over 10 years, a decade, you can see it's really giving you a positive return on average, right? So that's why this is where we're referring July. So come September, not so good, September, you already been warned already, September is the month to be selling, taking your profits, or if you are looking to buy then, at that time when the October is the base. Then you have the November, okay, November is again the positive month. Okay, so you can see here, November, this is where the positive goes up again. Don't wait. So if you go back to the winter month, all right, you can see what month to buy. So July, August, okay, this one we buy. September, mati keras. October, mati keras. Then November also good. December also good. Okay. So August. So mati keras is which one? September, October for US market. Okay. So let's take a look at the Malaysian market right now. So Malaysian market slightly different. Malaysian market now you can see only July and August good month. September mati, October also mati, and then November only. So if you go back to here, right, we got July, August, September, yeah, about the same like September, October, right? So you go back to here, right? This one here, you can see July, then September, October, but the big one is in November. But you can see the big drop in September, very big drop for Malaysia. All right. So if you look back here onwards, you can see September, the minus 2%. See every month, there's only worst case was March minus. This is from 2020 to 2024. Okay. Now, of course, if you parlay them over the 10 years, right, every September you stay on for the last 10 years, you have lost 42%, right? And November is the best month, okay? So when you want to be buying, if for Malaysian market, you want to be selling right now into the maybe July, okay, you can see here 22%, then August, depending lah. So right now, we only started to move, okay, in the last week, which means we are going into the August month, okay, August. So we are likely to see more rally, but of course for the FKLI just now, right, we wanted to break through this level in here, 1560, 1560. If it does break above, then this August month may be turning positive, okay, because it's supposed to run in September, okay, you can see 22%, right, over the last 10 years if you keep them up there. So if you can understand this point, give me a thumbs up. It's important. I make sure many of you guys know this point in here, especially for the Bursa KLCI. Okay. So that's an important point. And then September, October. Okay, going back to here, September, October. Then September, October also down month. Okay, down month, which is very, very good for seasonal trading. Okay, December so only. December depending lah. If you have a good November month, then December don't move so much. Right? So keep track. April was good, I think. April recovered. March was really bad this year. Okay. All right. Now we will go to Trading View to see the S&P 500 seasonality. So for this one, we're looking at Nasdaq. So let's check out in Nasdaq first. So go over to Nasdaq and then you go on to three little. So those of you that are Trading View, our members, right? You can use this together with us. Then you're able to see this in here. So you go on to this marking here, right? The three dots, metrics, and then you go on to seasonal. Okay. So once you get down seasonal, you will see this is where we are. Now, of course, 2022, let me just push it up a bit because my head is blocking. Cannot. So I have to push it out like that. Maybe like that better. Then you can see. So you can see from here, for 2022 was the year where the Russian-Ukraine war, they fought. Okay, that was the down year where we saw inflation going up, we saw food prices going up, and I did make the statement, the war will not last more than 3 months. Lo and behold, it's already 3 years. Still ongoing. But after the market had priced in the big massive drop, you can see right now, S&P 500 is up 9%. So it's pretty much like business as usual. You can see 2023, 2020, 2021, 24, 25. So it does look like this year, projection is about 28%. So you kurang sikit, now is maybe 20%. From here onwards, we are looking for 20% return for the S&P 500, looking at the seasonality. So this is important because I want to build that into you, that you can see the future by looking into monthly seasonal, just like winter, summer, autumn, and spring. Yeah, so things like that too. So let's go on and look at the next one is S&P 500. So ES here, right? And we go to three dots. I'm sure you can do this, right? And you go to seasonality in here, and it's pretty much the same. 2022 was 19% drop, and you can see there was a big drop also in the month of November. Okay, so we know that the US month of November, let me go back to US, month of November, okay, month of October is a small drop here. September is their biggest one. Okay, September they usually drop a lot more. Okay, so you go back to here, okay, we are in September, September. You can see September drop a lot, right? Yes. Like it's September only, beginning of September, bugger just drop. So very, very predictable one. So now is the time to hooray buy. Don't, right? If you want to buy at the bottom, what we call bottom fishing, then you have to wait until somewhere around October. Okay, make sure you form that double bottom. Okay, so now it's time to go long. You can see the green pentagon already turned green pentagon too. So that one you can see. So this is a very important chart that I want all our members, and for those of you who are listening, to really understand. Use this to your favor. Now let's look at FKLI. So FKLI, we go back to the seasonal, the three dots, go to the matrix, then go to seasonality, and you can see it's a whole different mix ball altogether. 2022, 3%, we didn't lose a lot, not like US 33%. But every year lost money one, Malaysia, only last year only. Last year was a year of data center. And data center construction, you all know about Suncon and the MACC thing. So right now is pretty much why I still think the KLCI will still end around here. Okay, now right now is 6% loss. We're going to be closing into the 3 or 2% loss. It's not going to be going up to 2024. All right, or of course some of the fellas who say well market will go down to 1640. Let's do a projection here. Now it's 1640. Okay, 1640 we do here. Okay, this is where we are. 1640, yeah, here. Okay, so how much of a percentage is that? That's a 7% move from now onwards. Okay, means you're going to break above the 200-day moving average. Unlikely lah, based on seasonality. We have to be some grasp onto it unless there's a big catalyst in the market. Else I don't see that. So if you look from the seasonal, right, here what we have also very susah, because right now we are down like 6.5%. Okay, so by the time you move up here will be above, because last year we did close pretty high. Last year February we closed somewhere around, we closed around this level in here, 1638. So close above 1640 means just turn positive lah. Okay, but who knows, if we do get back them, then we are maybe plus 0%, and then 2026 will be another year, depending on what will be happening to the tariff and also the foreign fund. We need to have a lot of catalysts coming in for that matter. Okay, so that's not too difficult to understand, right? All right, so let's move on to some stocks. Maybe we'll talk a bit about stocks. And if you're ready, let me know. Okay, so your own stocks, we were looking at NVIDIA. And what I want to do now is looking at the seasonal. So NVIDIA, because the green pentagon and red pentagon you can look up. But do take note, NVIDIA has turned red pentagon. Alright, so let's take a look at it. Matrix, go to seasonal. So you can see here, big improvement. Okay, you can see only 22, lost 51%. Every year, 2021 is 22%. Right, you see 100%, 124%, 178%, 245% return. So with this already, some people are thinking, hey, this stock is good to buy and hold, right? Well, I'll keep it up to you if you want to trade them. Okay, so for 2022, I explained that's the year where we see the big inflation on interest rate rise. So there's still a lot of room for NVIDIA to go higher. Okay, 2020 was, I wonder, it's not 1,000%. It's 117%. This one a bit funny one. You can see this one, tak betul one. Okay, so just take a look at this. So you can see still in a strong trajectory going higher. Of course, if you any of members who have anything you want to help me look, feel free to put it in there. So let's look at TSM again. We want to look at the seasonal. So you can see seasonal TSM again, very similar, 42% down. 2025 is 17%, 40, 81, and 94. So a lot of room for TSM to go higher this year. Right, TSM got a lot of room to go higher, and if everything goes well, who knows? We'll see a much higher close in there. Okay, James, good to see you. Let's take a look at Apple. Now, Apple actually has a very interesting year. It should do very similar to all the other friends. See, 2025 is down 12%. 22 is down 20%. And I think many of you know why it's down compared to 34, 37, 23, right? It's because of the Apple intelligence. As soon as Apple buy up the Perplexity AI or have some sort of news, you can see this thing started to move. But of course, Apple already turned green Pentagon earlier on in here. It's trying to climb back into the 200-day moving average. It is the only, and year-to-date loss is 11%. It's going to move back up again. I'm definitely sure with that one. So don't give up your hope yet on this one. Market did move higher, but closed back a bit lower. We'll see. There's a lot of resistance trying to break up. As soon as it break up from here, then you will see there is some hidden news happening into the company. The same goes for Microsoft too, MSFT. So look at MSFT. As soon as it broke through here, right, the fella just never come back. But if you look back, Microsoft also turned red Pentagon. So technology is turning red Pentagon already. So we have to be careful now. So sometimes there will be conflicts, but we just have to go by the charts. Okay. 2022 again down 28%, 13, 20, 38, 54, 56%. Okay. So that's really been positive going for Microsoft. Let's look at Amazon. So Amazon switch to seasonal. ASML, sure, we look at it. So you can see same thing also, Amazon, positive in 23. Okay, let's look at, this is one of the ASML. We look at Nasdaq. Yeah, it drops a lot too. This was the earning is sort of upside, but the surprises was not that good. It will hold back a bit. Okay, let's go to metrics and seasonal. So you can see here, ASL, it's a bit of mixed bag. You got 31%, 3%, 2025 is only up 2%, right? This one is not relevant. I think this one is an error. 2023, 37, 2020 was 61, and 2021 is 59. Looks like TSM does better than this. Okay. All right, we're gonna, if no stocks, let me know. I'm just gonna move on to the Malaysian side. All right, now for the Malaysian, we'll look at the sector. So right now for our, if you're not a member yet, you want to join our membership in here for our sector. So construction and property. So construction and property seems to be doing pretty bad. And let's look at construction. So we'll go to Bursa Construction. Okay. So Bursa Construction again very similar. And we go on to seasonal. So you can see from here, Bursa, if you look at it, almost every year, we have exception of 2023 and 2024. 2024 it was a good year. 2023 was a good year. So a lot of constructions is actually doing pretty well. So the rest is now 2025 should be positive. All right, hold on to your date. So let's look at technology. Okay. And technology, go to seasonal. You see things that you never see before, right? So for technology, 2025 is down 20%. 22 is down 34%. Now, if you look at the technology for the US, it's actually in the double-digit area. So right now, we just need to sort out those tariffs. I do think that the second half of the year, 2024, the market did pretty well until July. Then there was a big sell-off all the 2024, but the construction held on to it. Now, I do think that there will be a pullback, way back to the positive for the technology sector. I don't think technology should be this low in here. Let's look at property. Okay, property stocks. And again, looking at the seasonal. So 2023 and 2024. So construction and property move the same. The rest of the year is just negative. 2025 right now is minus 6.5% in here. So if the construction were to go higher, property also will go back higher. Okay, that's one I want to cover. All right, now let's take a look at some of our Malaysian stocks. Okay, so then we will look at this. So IGM has turned green Pentagon. I think many of you already know that, right? Looking to go up, but let's look at the seasonal. Will it go up in the longer run? So IJM 2025 is down 7%, 11, 12. So it's pretty much similar to the overall sector. Okay. So IJM should go up for another. Now IJM is down 7%. Should turn back up to positive side. Okay. So maybe another 5% move from here onwards, and then that's where you want to be seeing. So let it run. Next we have Dialog. Again, Dialog just turned pushing up higher. You can see from that one. So go to seasonal. So Dialog, different story altogether. Every year lose money one. So if you're in the money for this year, remember to take profit. So Dialog is a different ball game altogether. So every year lose money. SNS network. I don't think SNS has enough history. Seasonal, yeah, you can see last 3 years, only 2024 was 188%, so now it's down 19%. Will it perform back again? This one is based on the technology If it does break back up, watch out for this. Maybe some potential. So 99 speed mark. Now of course these are the stocks that I have, and if you have anything, feel free to put it in the comment. I'll be happy to look into it. So you can see from here, 2024 was 31%. This year is down 4%. So I think 99 speed mark may have some potential to move higher from here onwards. Okay. So those are the stocks that I have for tonight. Any questions? Pentagon, I think we'll do this another time, right? So we're coming to the end of our talk. We want to keep it short here, around the half an hour mark. And of course, any of you want to ask any question, feel free to pencil in there. Else, we are likely to, again, any stocks you want me to look at, we look at just Apple and ASML in here. But the fact that more important is look at the market stages. Where is the market stages? The KLCI looks like it's range bound. If it does break above the 200-day moving average, which is the 1550, then we'll see a stage 2. For the US market, it may look like we are going to stage 4, right? Like it or not, the seasonality don't lie, but we have to see whether the market can go. But it's good that the market now pull back, give it a chance for it to go higher. So again, what you saw just now was powered by Pentagon Guided Algo, and our premium membership is still there before we raise the prices now. Alright, just keep in mind, of course for our existing member, if they renew, there is no extra hour. Intake 5 in here, and if not, do join our Telegram chat room that we have in here, and don't forget to subscribe to our membership for our Trade BSA in here, and I've talked a lot about our fear index. So that's all we have for tonight, right? And I'll see you next week. And for our members, of course, okay, Maybank, Maybank is turning now. Okay, you can see here, finally we're turning right at the bottom, right? I should turn green Pentagon soon for Maybank. But keep in mind, Maybank is still far away from the 200 moving average. Even though if it turn here, the most around 980, it's just going to strand it. Again, look back at the seasonal, and you can see Maybank only, what we call, 2 year, even the small one was 4% and 2%, not much. It's a benchmark to the overall market. Alright, so that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. I'll see you in our Monday breakfast show. Good night.